Victory is supported by Chandler Lodge 227 of the Free and Accepted Order of Masons.
Greetings and welcome to Victory here on BCTV, your channel to your community. Hi, I'm Tom Frank, the Victory host. Tonight, live in the studio, we have a very exciting program to present to you. Actually, it's the first program of its kind in the 21 years that Victory has been on BCTV. We have a musical show spotlighting another local talent, many great talents in our community, and we're very blessed to have great musicians. But Karl, I met Karl a few years ago at a very special event, a very wonderful Christmas holiday party at the Paul and Diane event. And that's when I first got a chance to meet Karl and, of course, his lovely wife, who happens to be his manager. So he has the same boss 2 times over. In any case, Karl's going to be talking about how his music has started in a very early childhood. Tonight's program is The Joy of the Keyboard. And we want to bring it to you with the onset of the holiday spirit coming around the corner, but more importantly, introduce you to a very exciting individual who brings a lot of vibe in the room, wherever you may be. When you hear him on the keyboard, you know there's excitement always around. So please welcome Karl Hausman with me and talk about how it all got started with you, Karl, back in the early days, about 5 or 6 years of age. How did you get to the keyboard? Who promoted that for you?
Actually, I was 3 years old in Sunday school. Fell in love with the Sunday school teacher. She was an elderly lady of 16.
Oh, of 16.
But I wondered how she used to play the piano for all us kids.
Okay.
And I was wondering how she gets such great music out of these black and white pieces of wood.
Wow.
And so when the class was over, I would have to stay there and wait for my parents to pick me up at Sunday school and take me next door to church in the next building over.
Oh,
and
wow.
so in the meantime, I'd be there poking around with the keys by myself.
Yeah.
And just trying to figure out how do you do it. In time, I found out there's a combination. I didn't know it's all mathematics.
It is.
And it is. And it's all of a sudden you find out there's a combination. I started out in the key of C and didn't know it at the time, but that's how you start.
Wonderful. Well, sit back and enjoy this program because it's going to be exciting, very entertaining. We want to give a shout out to many of the fans of Karl. Steve Kaiser's tuned in tonight. Paul McCann's in the studio. And, of course, a shout out to Ernie Hemmerschmidt as well. He's a longtime friend of mine. He's tuned in tonight. Greetings to you all. If you have any comments or questions throughout tonight's program, please, we encourage you to call into BCTV. The number's on the screen. We'd be welcome to take your calls and comments. Karl's here. He's going to play a little tune right now, what he learned, his very first tune, his very first song.
My very first, yeah.
And give us the history on it as you play the keyboard and enjoy it to the home viewers here on BCTV.
Okay, I began playing with, of course, one finger at a time. And that's how I learned my first song. It happened to be coming up on Easter, and about a year later, after I was fascinated with the piano, the teacher played a song that we later sang in church for the adults. Wow. And it was called Christ the Lord is Risen Today. And that's the very first song I played at home on my own piano there. And I go...
That's fabulous.
It took me 10 years to get the other hand going.
Well, I'll tell you what, after what, 60 years of learning that one and remembering the tune, you've been doing this a long time.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well beyond the golden anniversary, and you're looking to head into your 75th year of doing this. It's a fabulous thing. I know we're going to have you back on your 100th birthday.
Great.
We're going to have you come back and entertain the home viewers here at BCTV. There's so many great programs coming up as far as what you're going to be doing. Let me just give a shout out to your busy schedule. I mean, you can find Karl real easily by, as you can see, www.karlsmusic.com. Please go to the website. He has a Facebook page, Karl Hausman. Like him on Facebook, but more importantly, you can follow him. And just to give you an idea, he's got a busy holiday season coming up. He's got 4 or 5 events in the next month, maybe 5 weeks. The closest one coming up, as we can see, is, of course, Thanksgiving. And you're going to be performing a long time, all day, from, I believe, 9 to 5 at the Hershey Lodge.
Right.
So that's amazing. And they're going to be offering a Thanksgiving buffet, and you'll be able to entertain them by allowing them to listen to your holiday music.
They seat about 2,000 people.
Is that right?
It's like nobody cooks anymore.
Now, you're also going to be going to RunCAD. That's going to be on December 10th. That's going to be Elvis and Friends.
Right.
So you're a friend of Elvis. That's amazing.
The Philadelphia Elvis, that's right. And so I haven't met Jeff Quick yet.
And that's, of course, that's at the Brookside
Yeah, this is
Manor.
Sammy J.
Yeah, at the Brookside Manor. It's a fabulous venue to play at.
It is. It's
So
a nice place.
with more events to come, let's get back into another tune. Can you give us one of your biggest fans, other than your manager/wife, is a very good Irish guy that we know. And there's an Irish tune called the Paul McCann Tunes of Irish. Can you play one of those special tunes?
He's not my fan, he's my nemesis.
Oh, fabulous. Well, this one is a shout out to Paul. Fabulous again. It's amazing how you retain all this by memory and bring it to your fingers to the keyboard.
My wife was once asked that question by a gentleman. He said, your husband said he's got over 4,000 songs in his head. How can he do it? And she said, it's easy. There's nothing else up there.
That's a very good one.
My manager. It's my handler.
Hey, there's another special event coming up, and it's coming up soon in December. It's the open house, open to anybody. It's at the Governor's Mansion in Harrisburg. You've been playing that venue for about almost 15 years.
Yes, sir.
And you always get an invite to come back because they love your music, they love your entertainment. And give us a tune, if you will, 1 or 2 song choices of which are most popular requested at the Governor's Mansion. It's going to be December the 11th. And you're going to be performing somewhere around mid-afternoon, about 3 p.m.
3 o'clock, yeah.
And again, these dates and the events, you can find them all by going on his Facebook page, and of course you can find them on the karlsmusic.com. Play a couple of special requests at the Governor's Mansion. So we're all going to pretend we are at the Governor's Mansion in Harrisburg.
Okay, now I have to say this first. One song, being Governor Wolf is now in office, one song I am not to play. And it's all Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? So,
okay.
Anyway.
All right, Governor Wolf.
Okay.
Wow, fabulous. And that kind of tune picks everybody up for the holiday.
Yes,
there.
it does.
And you know, I also understand, along with the cookies and the hot chocolate and coffee they offer, and again, this is all free to the open public. It is to be held December the 11th. You will see the joy of music. Karl will be there performing around 3 p.m. and you'll probably come back and do 1 or 2 more sets throughout that afternoon. But I'll tell you, that's a wonderful opening for the holiday Christmas season.
It is.
Give us a second flavor to the second most requested song at the Governor's Palace.
Okay. That's because the governor has high aspirations.
Yes, that's very good.
All right. Okay.
Wow, that's a beautiful piece once again. You know, the universal language, no matter where you go throughout the world, is simply music.
Is it?
Because music can be related to anybody of any language. And you are really a universal language person. The way you play that joyful music and the way it feels so exciting and vibrant coming across those keys, it's pretty thrilling. It really is. Let's talk about the YR's Club. That's coming up later in December.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big event because it's on Christmas Eve. You've been doing that event for many, many years, haven't
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
So you start about 3 p.m. It's the YR's Club in Wyomissing. Probably a lot of requested songs, of course, are all Christmas, but you know, there's probably a Republican song in there, I'm sure.
I once asked at the end of a set, I said, "Hey, is everybody in here a Republican?" They bust out laughing. That was my answer.
So if you would, please entertain us and the home viewers of Berks County with some of the excitement at the YR's Club, December 24th.
Okay.
Wow, they're going to be dancing. Yeah, they're going to be dancing at the YR's Club.
Yes,
for
they
sure.
will. They'll be dancing
Christmas
on all
Eve.
fours.
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, that's pretty exciting. I know you've been doing some other special things in your whole span of your career that you've truly have been enjoying it because it shows. You wear it very well on your sleeve. Talk about the life and times of Walt Disney World, where you performed for many events, and then we're going to talk about Hershey Park.
Okay.
Let's start with Walt Disney World. Some of the tunes you probably played were more related to the Walt Disney theme, but how did it all come about for you?
It came about because on a vacation I saw a guy playing a piano there.
Okay.
And so I thought, Anyway, found out talked to a security guard and said, "What must you do?" And he said, "Well, you have to apply, and then you have to audition."
Okay.
So I replied, and I didn't hear anything, and then I kept sending the same letter, month after month after month. I just changed the date on the top.
Just changed the date.
Finally, 8 months later, I got a reply.
Oh, wow.
Auditions in 2 weeks. I said, good Lord. And so anyway, hopped on a plane, go down there, and there were 200 musicians in this big convention hall.
Whoa.
On the property. But the good news is there were only 26 piano players. So they heard it, horn players in that room, percussionists in that room. The keyboard guys are in this room. So they gave us a number. I was number 6 to audition. So the first 4 guys, they played pretty good. The 5th guy, I'm thinking right after him, I'm going to play Maple Leaf Rag because I know the job I wanted. It was that Coca-Cola corner right there. It's called Casey's Corner now at the end of Main Street.
Okay.
There's that white upright piano with a mirror on it. I thought,
Nice.
that's the job I want. You play the honky-tonk piano.
Oh, good.
And so anyway, the guy had me play Maple Leaf Rag, and he was good. I thought, I'm dead. I thought, what are you talking about? There's a ton of other tunes. So I went up there, and I auditioned by playing a couple Al Jolson tunes with Toot Toot Tootsie, California Here I Come, San Francisco,
Wonderful.
that type of thing. And I got the job. I didn't know it. They don't tell you at the time. I didn't know. They sit there with a clipboard. They grade you on how much you smile, how you dressed for the audition. They're very discriminating.
Yeah, sure.
And,
You got it. It's all showmanship.
Yeah.
So tell us, let's hear that song that you played in that performance of that audition
really?
for Walt
Okay.
Disney World.
Let's see. This is 1982.
Fabulous.
We're short on time. I know I cut out the last song.
Walt Disney World, 34 years ago, you auditioned. You had a fabulous career down there, and of course, you went to Hershey Park and a great other theme parks.
That's a play to Walt Disney World, to make it quick. That's where people come from all over the world. A lot of them don't speak English, but they gathered around the piano. You talked about music as a universal language.
It is.
People were saying nice things to me in their language.
Really?
I used to hope it was nice. They smiled when they said it. So anyway, but it was great. I had an Italian fellow from Rome.
Yeah.
He wanted to know, where can I, in broken English, where can I get at this kind of honky-tonky?
Oh,
and I
good.
said, I wrote down a few names. We didn't have the computers all set up the way they are today.
Sure.
So I wrote down the name of some the ragtime, like Joanne Castle and people like that.
Sure.
That I said, try to get them over there.
Okay.
And it was it.
Oh,
It was
my
great.
God.
Wonderful experience.
It is. And Hershey Park was fabulous as well.
I
for
loved
you.
it. 20 years.
20 years.
20
at
blessed
Hershey Park.
years, and fill up the winters with the showboat in Atlantic City.
really?
You got two extremes. You know, you got the happiest place, or not the happiest, but the sweetest place on earth
Sure.
with
Yeah.
Hershey. Then Atlantic City. Oh, they're happy when they're coming in. But when they're coming out, they pass the piano and say, boy, I paid your salary today.
What a great vibe that is, for sure. Well, I tell you what, play us a tune that was most popular requested either from Hershey Park or even from Atlantic City. Well, we're getting close towards the end of the program, and I wanted to remind the home viewers, hey, if you catch the show just now, you're tuned in. It's all about Karl Hausman. He's here. We're going to show you his contact information during the end of the program when the credits come up. And as the credits come up, you'll be hearing Karl playing in the background. So take us back to the Hershey Park days.
Okay, Hershey Park, #1 requested song in those whole 20 years.
negative out.
Excellent. What a song. Most popular song in Hershey Park days. Well, I just wanted to let you know on behalf of Karl Hausman and myself, Tom Frank, your Victory hosts, I want to wish everybody a great Victory Day and most joyful Music Day. And remember, music is truly the universal language. And as we go out tonight on tonight's program, Victory, please play us one of the most popular, most requested songs of all time. Wonderful. Have a great holiday season. More importantly, stay safe. I'm Tom Frank, wishing you all a very Victory Day.